Right now, complex software systems are autonomously writing themselves, and almost immediately they are showing critical hairline fractures. Across the industry, 84% of developers use or plan to use AI tools to generate their software. Google and Microsoft are already generating 30 to 90% of their new codebase using AI-driven automation. This chart shows the 2026 trust paradox. While adoption hit 84%, developer trust in machine-generated code is crashing. In 1 year, the number of developers who trust the code they deploy fell from 40% to just 29%. The data supports the skepticism. AI-generated pull requests produce 1.7 times more bugs than human-written logic. These snippets also fail critical security benchmarks 45% of the time. Engineering teams are executing faster, but they are paying for that speed with a mandatory increase in technical debt and QA overhead. Choosing a path forward requires evaluating the stack. AI-native IDEs like Cursor and Windsurf are built from the ground up around agentic workflows rather than standard text editing. They offer deep project awareness. These tools scan the entire codebase to proactively anticipate changes across multiple files at once. For well-defined, localized tasks, this architecture speeds up completion by 55%. The trade-off is a higher individual subscription cost and the risk of vendor lock-in that comes with a custom editor fork. There is also workflow friction. Proactive agents can actively distract developers who prefer explicit manual control over their projects. These IDEs are optimal for engineers who are willing to reorganize their entire development loop around an AI-first environment. Terminal agents like Claude Code or OpenCode operate differently, moving the workflow from the visual editor into the command line. Their core strength is delegation. You can assign long-running, complex work trees to background agents using natural language. This allows a single developer to act as a manager, spinning up parallel agents to refactor, review, and test code while they focus on other architecture. But autonomy creates visibility friction. These agents generate vast amounts of code out of sight. Because the work happens in the background, you have to use external workspace tools to track sessions and conduct rigorous oversight to catch subtle logic flaws. Terminal agents offer high autonomy, but they put the developer a dangerous distance away from the code being generated. For large teams, ecosystem plugins are the standard. These add an AI layer to existing tools like standard VS Code or JetBrains. The advantage is zero migration friction. Entire departments can keep their established workflows and GitHub integrations intact. The performance cost is real. These plugins often have clunkier multi-file edit flows compared to purpose-built IDEs. However, enterprise leads accept this trade-off to prioritize data privacy and prevent model drift across hundreds of engineers. In large-scale engineering, ecosystem lock-in is a security requirement. Then there is the vibe coding market. 63% of users in this segment are non-developers using prompt-to-app builders. These platforms allow anyone to generate and deploy functional applications using only natural language prompts. But the statistical risk is high. These apps fail 45% of security benchmarks, and defects are projected to spike by 2,500%. Deploying unreviewed code at the scale creates significant legal exposure. Regulators and courts are beginning to apply strict defective product and consumer protection laws to AI-generated software. Prompt-to-app creation provides rapid prototyping, but deploying without human review is a security and legal liability. Finding the right tool means matching the software architecture to your specific risk tolerance. We can map this decision through a matrix based on your specific professional profile. If you are a senior individual contributor, the path leads to AI-native IDEs or terminal agents. You have the technical expertise to safely audit proactive code. For an enterprise engineering lead, the path is ecosystem plugins. This path prioritizes governance and institutional integration. Non-technical builders use vibe coding tools, but that path must include a mandatory human security audit before moving to production. The best tool is relative to whether you need maximum speed, deep control, or institutional security. In 2026, using AI agents generates code 30% faster, but it also guarantees you will introduce more bugs. You are trading upfront manual input for back-end debugging and liability management. This makes the developer an expert in the loop. This role functions as a critical filter. identifying and correcting flawed logic before it can penetrate the core architecture. Software engineering has transitioned into a discipline of architectural governance. The developer is now the editor,